Today, I simulated 10 more seasons on F1 Manager 2024 to prove that Lando Norris is a fraud. I'm kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I just decided to have fun on F1 Manager and simulate 10 seasons of the game. Stay tuned to see who will be the GOAT for the next 10 years of Formula 1. My name's Chris, and welcome back to CF Racing, and enjoy the video. Season 1, 2024, currently the season that we are in, was won by Max Verstappen as he took 11 wins on the year, 444 points to finish P1. Charles Leclerc took 6 wins, 343 points to finish P2, with Carlos Sainz taking 4 wins, 360 points to finish P3. Lando Norris wasn't a fraud this season. He took 2 wins, 289 points to finish P4, with Piastri taking 1 win, 287 points to finish P5. That's all the winners for this season, but Perez was 6th, Alonso was 7th, George Russell was 8th, Hamilton 9th, Mercedes did not have a good season. Yuki Tsunoda in the V-Carb was fantastic, scoring 93 points to finish P10. The F3 champion was Dino Beganovic, and the F2 champion was Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Ferrari actually won their first World Constructors title since 2008, and now, guys, I did end up adding the points because a lot of you requested it in the Constructors here, so now you can actually tally them up. So yeah, here we go. Verstappen and Perez finished 2nd with Red Bull. 3rd was McLaren. 4th Mercedes. 5th Aston Martin. 6th V-Carb. 7th is Williams. 8th was Haas. 9th was Stake, and in dead last actually was Alpine. I can't believe there was a team worse than Stake, but you know, good job Alpine. In terms of the driver transfers, I tried to make this season 1 as realistic as possible. Lewis Hamilton goes to Ferrari. Antonelli went to Mercedes to replace Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo goes to Red Bull. I guess that's not going to happen now, but hey, he's doing it in this season. Liam Lawson is going to RB. Nico Hulkenberg to Stake. Carlos Sainz going to Williams. Esteban Ocon and Ollie Behrman are going to Haas. Jack Doohan goes to Alpine, and that leaves Sergio Perez, Zhou Guanyu, K-Mag, and Logan Sargent as free agents. And heading into 2025 Season 2, there's a regulation to the low-speed downforce. Season 2, 2025 was the year of Oscar Piastri as he took 10 wins on the year, 499 points to finish P1, claiming his first ever World Drivers' Championship, but also taking 10 wins in P2 was Lando Norris. He took 10 wins, but only scored 448 points. Looks like the second half consistency of Piastri in 2024 in real life has continued into 2025 in this game. Verstappen took 2 wins, 393 points to finish P3. Charles Leclerc took 2 wins, 368 points to finish P4. He absolutely destroyed Lewis Hamilton, his teammate, who was 5th. Daniel Ricciardo in Red Bull was actually not that bad. Definitely better than Perez would have been in P6. Sainz was 7th. Alonso was 8th. George Russell was P9. And again, Yuki Tsunoda in the V-Carb finishing in P10. Man, this guy deserves a promotion to the Red Bull team. Isaac Hadjar was the F2 champion, and I believe his name was Alex Dunn. I'm not sure if that's a real driver or not. It might have been a made-up driver. He finished as the F3 champion. McLaren win their first Constructors title since the 90s, which, I mean, actually, they might win it this year in 2024, which is exciting. Red Bull finished P2 with Ferrari 3rd. Williams had a fantastic season with Sainz and Albon. They finished P4, even though Albon only had 36 of the points and Sainz had 101. Aston Martin finished P5 with Mercedes 6th, V-Carb 7th, Stake P8, Haas P9, and Alpine once again in dead last, but they did score a point this time. In the driver transfer market, Max Verstappen ditches Red Bull and goes to Mercedes. That moves George Russell to Red Bull. Alexander Albon goes to Haas. Ocon goes to Alpine. Jack Doohan goes to Williams. Isaac Hadjar goes to Stake, and Valtteri Bottas retires from Formula 1. And heading into 2026 Season 3, there's a regulation change to the front and rear wings. Season 3, 2026 was another championship for Oscar Piastri. He took 8 wins on the year, 391 points to finish P1 with a title fight with somebody who was in Formula 1 before he was even born. Fernando Alonso finished P2, took 7 wins, 346 points to finish P2. Lando Norris was not very good this season. He took 2 wins, 316 points to finish P3. George Russell in the Red Bull took 7 wins, 306 207 points to finish P4, with Lewis Hamilton taking 281 points to finish P5. He actually beat Charles Leclerc this season by 2 points, as Leclerc took 216 points to finish 6th. Carlos Sainz scored 170 points in that Williams to finish P7. Stroll took 157 points to finish P8. Max Verstappen scored 104 points in the Mercedes. He destroyed Kimi Antonelli, with Ricciardo finishing P10 in the Red Bull. Arvid Lindblad was the F2 champion, and Voisin, I think that's a made-up driver, was the F3 champion. McLaren win their second consecutive Constructors title, followed by Aston Martin P2 and Ferraris in third. Red Bull was fourth, followed by Williams fifth, Mercedes sixth, stake up to P7, good for them. Alpine P8, Haas P9, and VCarb end up in dead last, but they still did score 6 points. Get ready, we have a lot of driver transfers here as Lewis Hamilton retires from Formula 1 in 2026. That moves Ollie Behrman to Ferrari. Good for Behrman, man. Daniel Ricciardo goes to Haas. That moves Ayumu Iwasa and Lino Fornaroli, who is the 2024 F3 champion in real life, to RB. Liam Lawson goes to Stake. Arvid Lindblad goes to Haas as the F2 champion. Alexander Albon goes to McLaren. Lando Norris goes to Red Bull. Robert Schwartzman, coming out of free agency, goes to Williams. I don't even think he's got a super license anymore in real life. Jack Doohan goes to Aston Martin. Sebastian Vettel, where did this come from? Out of the retirement, he goes back to Red Bull to replace Daniel Ricciardo. That's huge. Yuki Tsunoda goes to Stake, and that leaves George Russell, Nico Hulkenberg, and Isaac Hadjar as free agents. I can't believe Russell's a free agent in this, as he literally just won 7 races last year, but I guess no team wanted to offer him anything. And heading into 2027, there's a regulation change to the chassis and side pods. Season 4 2027 was the first World Drivers' Championship ever for Charles Leclerc, and Ferrari's first World Drivers' Champion since Kimi Raikkonen in 2007, as Leclerc took 13 wins on the year, 462 points to finish P1, with Oscar Piastri taking 6 wins, 392 points to finish P2. Ollie Behrman took his first 4 wins of his career, as he scored 323 points to finish 3rd. He got whopped by Leclerc, but you know what? It was his first season in Ferrari, so that's understandable. Albon took 232 points to finish P4, with Tsunoda 207 points to finish P5. Lando Norris, what team is he in now? He's in the Red Bull. He took 1 win, 205 points to finish P6. Ricciardo took 119 points to finish P7 in the Haas, by the way. What a season for Ricciardo. Gasly took 84 points to finish P8. Arvid Lindblad in his rookie season took 73 points in the Haas to finish P9. Antonelli took 68 points to finish P10. Dino Beganovic was the F2 champion, and Voisin again was the F3 champion. I didn't think you could repeat F3, but congrats, dude. You won it again. In terms of the driver transfers, Sebastian Vettel, after 1 season scoring 0 points compared to Norris's 205, he was dropped, unfortunately, from Formula 1. He also had 10 retirements. Not a good season for Vettel. In the game, you do really drop overall rating very fast if you're not in Formula 1 or F2 or whatever, so that's what happened to Vettel. I don't even know why they signed him in the first place. Liam Lawson now replaces Vettel at Red Bull. Ayumu Iwasa goes to Stake. George Russell comes out of free agency to go to VCarb. Dino Beganovic, as the F2 champion, goes to Stake. Zach O'Sullivan goes to RB. Lando Norris goes to Mercedes. Alexander Albon goes to Red Bull to replace Lando Norris. Teo Pourchaire goes to McLaren. Valtteri Bottas, I thought he retired. Turns out he didn't. He's back at Alpine. Pierre Gasly goes to Williams. So also does Max Verstappen. So we got a 2019 Red Bull situation going on there. And Gabriel Bortoleto goes to Aston Martin. And heading into 2028, there is a regulation change to the low and high speed chassis, I believe. Season 5 2028 was another World Drivers' Championship for Charles Leclerc, and it looks like Ferrari is looking very nice in this simulation, as he takes 14 wins again and scores 478 points to win. Piastri takes 4 wins to finish P2. Ollie Behrman takes 2 wins to finish 3rd. Lando Norris took a win, 283 points to finish 4th. Teo Pourchaire takes a win, through 233 points for him. That's his first ever win. Max Verstappen took 210 points to finish P6, and a Williams, good job for him. Andrea Kimi Antonelli took, I believe this is his first win, 171 points to finish in P7. Still got destroyed by Lando, but hey, he's developing. Daniel Ricciardo still doing good in the Haas, takes 125 points. Ocon takes 100. Albon takes 70. Victor Martins was the F2 champion at like 27 years old, and Gabriele Mini, still in F3, finally won his F3 title. Ferrari win their third consecutive Constructors title, followed by McLaren P2, or not third consecutive, I believe it's second consecutive, third on the championship. McLaren finished second, Mercedes third, Williams fourth, Haas up to fifth, Red Bull down to sixth, Alpine seventh, VCarb eighth, Stake ninth, and Aston Martin had a terrible season with Bortoleto and Lance Stroll. They're in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Théo Pourchaire and Liam Lawson both go to RB, Yuki Tsunoda goes to McLaren, Alexander Albon goes to Mercedes, George Russell goes to Aston Martin, Andrea Kimi Antonelli leaves Mercedes and goes to Alpine, Vesti and Hadjar also go back to RB. Lawson was dropped mid-season. Crawford goes to Williams, and Carlos Sainz goes to Haas. And heading into 2029, there is a regulation change minor to the aero department. Season 6 2029 was another World Drivers' Championship for Charles Leclerc as he takes another 14 wins. Charles Leclerc dominance could probably bore fans, except for me because I'm a Leclerc fan. He took 480 points to finish P1. Ollie Behrman makes it a Ferrari 1-2 as he takes 5 wins, 382 points. He's getting closer to Leclerc, but he's not up there yet. Oscar Piastri takes 2 wins. He's carrying McLaren 307 points to finish third. Théo Pourchaire takes another 3 wins, 251 points to finish in fourth. Lando Norris took 212 points in the Mercedes to finish fifth. Max Verstappen took 140 points to finish sixth. Antonelli took 132 points to finish P7. He did a great job in that Alpine. Yuki Tsunoda takes 91 points to finish eighth. Stroll takes 88 points to finish P9. Russell takes 84 points to finish P10. And we have 2 created drivers. Boucher is a female rookie driver. She won F2. And Roca was another female driver. So we actually had 2 female drivers winning F2 and F3 this season. And this is the first time in F1 history, Boucher, I don't know how you want to say her last name, goes to Haas. Oscar Piastri goes to Red Bull. Ollie Behrman goes to McLaren. Zane Maloney goes to Ferrari to replace Behrman. Théo Pourchaire goes to Mercedes. Lando Norris goes to Alpine. Andrea Kimi Antonelli goes to Williams. I believe to partner Verstappen again. No, not actually, as Verstappen goes to RB. Vesti goes to Aston Martin. Crawford and Zach O'Sullivan, and Pierre Gasly goes to Sauber. And heading into 2030, there's a regulation change to aero. In 2030, Oscar Piastri as a Red Bull driver wins a World Drivers' Champion, making him a 3-time World Drivers' Champion in the simulation. He takes 10 wins on the year. 442 points to finish P1. Charles Leclerc also takes 10 wins. He takes 391 points to finish P2. What a season they had. Both had 10 wins. That's crazy. Théo Pourchaire takes 2 wins, 255 points to finish third. Albon takes 184 points to finish fourth. Stroll takes 164 points to finish fifth. Liam Lawson, I spelled his name wrong, nice, takes 161 points to finish in sixth. Awasa takes his first win, 141 points to finish seventh. Lando Norris takes a win, 139 points to finish eighth. Ollie Behrman takes 121 points to finish P9. And Andrea Kimi Antonelli takes 101 points to finish P10. Now, Roca, the previously F3 champion, is now the F2 champion, and a guy named Leon. Made-up drivers at this point. He won F3. Red Bull win their first Constructors title of the simulation, surprisingly, with Mercedes second and Ferrari in third. Aston Martin's fourth, followed by Stake in fifth. Alpine sixth. McLaren dropped down to seventh. Wow, bad season for them. Haas P8, Williams P9, and VCarb with Verstappen as a driver on their team. They finish in dead last. And I believe I said O'Sullivan went to VCarb last season. I meant to say he went to Williams, by the way. In the driver transfer market, Jack Crawford goes to Haas. Carlos Sainz goes to Stake. Ayumu Awasa goes to Aston Martin. Yuki Tsunoda goes to Red Bull. Oscar Piastri, as the reigning champion, goes to Mercedes. Théo Pourchaire goes to Alpine. Lando Norris goes to Williams. Andrea Kimi Antonelli now goes to RB. That moves Max Verstappen to Stake. Ollie Behrman goes back to Ferrari. George Russell goes to McLaren, and so does Arvid Lindblad. He also goes to McLaren. Zane Maloney goes to Alpine, and Esteban Ocon ends up as an RB driver. And heading into 2031 Season 8, there is a major chassis regulation change. Season 8 2031 was Charles Leclerc's 4th World Drivers' Champion, and him and Behrman have brought Ferrari back to the top once again as he takes 12 wins, 433 points to finish P1. Oscar Piastri, it's really just a 1-2 with Leclerc and Piastri every season. He takes 6 wins, 375 points to finish P2. Ollie Behrman takes 2 wins, 322 points to finish third. Lando Norris took a win, 208 points to finish fourth. Awasa takes a win, 206 points to finish fifth. Andrea Kimi Antonelli takes 2 wins, 195 points to finish sixth. Frederick Vesti takes 106 points to finish 7th. Yuki Tsunoda, 103 points to finish 8th. Esteban Ocon at 90 points to finish 9th. We had 2 more created drivers. The name is Dylan Brown. He won F2. And I'm going to say Brian Reynolds. I forgot the guy's first name. But yeah, he finished F3 champion as a rookie as well. Ferrari win their 5th Constructors title of the simulation, followed by Mercedes P2. Aston Martin 3rd. VCarb up to 4th with Antonelli and Ocon. Williams finished 5th. Red Bull 6th. Alpine 7th. McLaren P8. Haas P9. And a stake lineup of Verstappen and Sainz end up finishing in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Max Verstappen is now a Haas driver. That's crazy. George Russell and Jack Doohan go to stake. Pierre Gasly goes to Mercedes. Lando Norris goes to Ferrari to partner Charles Leclerc. Teo Pourchaire goes to Williams. Oscar Piastri goes to Alpine. Jack Crawford and Lance Stroll both go to RB. Esteban Ocon goes to McLaren. Arvid Lindblad goes to Red Bull. And Liam Lawson also goes to McLaren. Heading into 2032 Season 9, there is a moderate regulation change to Aero. Season 9 2032 was actually Lando Norris's time to shine, as he took 10 wins on the year, 484 points to finish P1, and Charles Leclerc took 14 wins, 478 points to finish P2. Fortunately, Leclerc was unlucky with DNFs that season. That's why Lando Norris won. But Ferrari did win every single race that year, which is insane. They took 962 points. It wasn't even close. They could have won the championship like 3 times over. Yuki Tsunoda took 292 points to finish 3rd. Antonelli 291 points to finish 4th. Piastri 254 points to finish 5th. Albon 118 points to finish 6th. Frederick Vesti 75 points to finish P7. Gasly 65 points to finish P8. Teo Pourchaire 63 points to finish P9. And Arvid Lindblad 60 points to finish P10. Mendez won F2 and Petit won F3. So do with that knowledge of what you will. They're all made up drivers at this point. Nobody like we know anymore is really winning those titles. Ferrari win their 6th Constructors title of the simulation. I love when Ferrari wins. It's so nice. Aston Martin finished P2, followed by Red Bull 3rd, Alpine P4, Mercedes P5, McLaren 6th, Haas P7, Williams P8, Stake P9, and RB in dead last. And going into the final season, 2033, Charles Leclerc unfortunately decides to retire from Formula 1, but he was a 4-time champion, so I'll take that. As a rookie, Aguilar goes to Ferrari. As like I said, as a rookie, he's a made-up driver. Ayumu Awasa goes to McLaren. Gilbert, as a made-up driver, goes to Mercedes. Longo, another made-up driver, goes to Alpine. And Mercado, as another made-up driver, also goes to Williams. Zane Maloney goes to RB, and Teo Pourchaire goes to Stake. And heading into the final season, 2033, unfortunately, for the first time ever, there is no regulation. And in season 10, 2033, Andrea Kimi Antonelli is now on top of the F1 world, as he took 12 wins, 495 points to finish P1. Lando Norris took 6 wins, 373 points to finish P2. Teo Pourchaire took 5 wins, 358 points to finish P3. Frederick Vesti took his first ever win, 250 points to finish P4. He did get smacked though by Kimi Antonelli by almost double his points. That's kind of funny. Aguilar, as a rookie, took 181 points to finish 5th. Oscar Piastri took 173 points to finish 6th. Awasa 136 to finish 7th. Yuki Tsunoda 100 points to finish P8. Liam Lawson 78 points to finish P9. And Mercado, as a rookie, 67 points to finish P10. Hill was the F2 champion, and that's not Jessica Hawkins. That's just another Hawkins F3 champion. Aston Martin win their first ever Constructors title, followed by Ferrari P2. Stake move up to P3. What a season they had. We got McLaren P4, Alpine P5, Red Bull P6, Williams P7, Haas P8, Mercedes P9, and RB still finish in dead last. But now, guys, let's take a look at the final stats for all 10 years. Here we go. Here's the final stats for all 10 years. Ferrari won 6 World Constructors Championships. McLaren won 2, Red Bull won 1, and Aston Martin won 1. In terms of World Drivers' Championships, Charles Leclerc had 4, Oscar Piastri had 3, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and I spelled Kimi Antonelli wrong. Pantonelli. I'm great at spelling. He also won 1. In terms of wins, Charles Leclerc dominated with 85. I would love that to happen in real life. Oscar Piastri had 47. Lando Norris had 34. Antonelli had 15. Verstappen only had 13. Ollie Behrman also had 13. Teo Pourchaire had 11 wins. George Russell and Fernando Alonso both had 7 wins. Sainz had 4 wins. Awasa had 1 win, and Frederick Vesti was the sole survivor with 1 win. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy and you want to see more F1 Manager, I know you do. F1 Manager is awesome. Hit that like button, subscribe, share with a friend, join the Discord, and with that being said, see you guys next time. Goodbye.